In celebration of the National Poetry Month, I'm reading a poem from my most recent collection, Whose Fault, KISMET or Impediment, a poetry anthology that seeks to demystify the sort of the realness between the human fate and obstacles. I'm also the author of this book, Fate in the Dungeon of Doom, and another one, Ecstasy of the Birth. So this is my third book and it's my recent collection. So I'll be reading a poem from page 100. It is titled The Needless Anguish of Obstacles. So it goes thus. How would you advise someone who is beset by an obstacle not to cry nor feel emotional? How will you preach to someone who has swum in the pool of impedance? Will you tell him to keep on, give up, or persevere? Or that he should rejoice and welcome his obstacles with both hands? Though obstacle visit him without a proud invitation, how could he cope when obstacles arrive? Will you advise him to rebuke obstacle or curse himself to die? Guard your heart and prevent it from the angst of obstruction. Suffer it not to fret, rather have a good mindset towards obstacles. Be strong enough to avoid agony when obstacles come to visit you. Fight against the sad emotion of impediment and seek out for a solution. Remember, there is no crown without a prize, and the way to success is full of thrones and failures. We often cannot arrive at a destination if we cannot overcome the orders and thrones encountered. A reaction and perception is needful so that a desirable fate may come true. Everyone has suffered from impediment. Shall we blame the maker of evil and good? He himself has experienced obstacles. Why should we not experience it too? Whenever your emotion want to rule over your dejected soul, embrace a positive perception, for without misfortune, we often cannot find fortune. Do you know that the obstacles within the path become the path, and the failures and poverty of today becomes the way? The sadness of yesterday is the joy of tomorrow. The fears of yesternight are the pride of the future. The things that ought instruct us. Don't forget that within every obstacle lies an opportunity to improve on our condition, and sometimes abundance can be its own obstacle. Know that obstacles become obstacles by the way we react to it. Wipe your tears and rejoice amidst your distress. Oftentimes, we plead with God to take away the obstacles that lie ahead of us, and when such obstacles insist, we often nurture the idea that we are being beset by hard luck and or some evil unseen forces. While we see others move at a higher pace, we often forget that our obstacles in life differs from one another. To some, it comes earlier, and to others, it comes at a later time. And when we are currently struck by obstacles, we compare ourselves to another person, forgetting that it is currently our time with obstacles. The mysteriousness of obstacles admixed destiny left my palm on my shin, leaving me in a state of sleepless nights. I searched for wisdom to the peak of understanding and knowledge. There, I found out that a man without obstacle often has an awkward end, and a man encircled by impediment is a star that many shall bow to tomorrow. But he might die on the path to fate if he fails to embrace the obstacles encountered, if he could not be patient enough like a fool, if he wouldn't treat impediment with cheerfulness. Another man might have to abruptly narrate the story of his death if he fails to understand that the stories of great success are often preceded by epic failure. Nonetheless, who is the man who has lived without an obstacle? Mepomene took me to the height of sight, to behold the obstacles that show a man the way. There I found obstacle, and like a man, I engaged him in a conversation. Tell me, are you a spirit or a mere phenomenon? I'd like you to speak to everyone who languishes under the force of agony that your unseen presence has imposed on them. Write in the handwriting of obstacle your mission in the life of a man. Speak in the tone of impediment. Perhaps hope would be communicated to your victim. Yet obstacles say no word, wanting me to believe in the needless anguish of obstacles. So that's a poem that I would love to recite. I have other kind of poem contained in this book that are very deep, philosophical, and extremely wonderful. And if you'd like to get a copy of the book, it's currently available on Amazon. Oxford, Kismet or Impediment. Thank you very much. Thank you.